Right now, Lucasfilm is developing a new Star Wars animated series, which will be a direct continuation of The Bad Batch. This was said by Dave Filoni himself. I call it the 8th season of the Clone Wars because that's the only way we can call the project at the moment, because even despite the name, The Bad Batch, this series is literally a continuation of the 7th season of the Clone Wars, and while we don't know the name of the new animated project yet, we cannot deny or confirm that it can't be designated in any other way. In short, I'm calling it the 8th season for simplification, okay? So, most recently, we made a video in which we told you about the announcement of this most mysterious animation project and noted that the main characters could be the surviving clones, Rex, Gregor, and Wolf, as well as Ventress and Omega. But you know, just yesterday, a very interesting idea came to my mind, and I think I finally understood what the sequel would be. I'm sure of this more than ever. Listen carefully, and you will understand everything. Pay attention to one important detail of The Bad Batch. What kind of idea is being pushed throughout the 3rd season? The Empire hunts the surviving clone defectors who are trying to find a new place in the galaxy. They failed to do this, and so Rex has taken on the role of savior who continues to look for those clones who disagree with the Empire and help them. Check 1. The Empire hunts the surviving Jedi, especially the younglings, half of whom it seeks to simply exterminate, and half to send for experiments into the depths of Tantus. And Omega, although she is not a Jedi, she is still at risk due to the large amount of M count in her blood, so Squad 99 is trying to find a way to hide the girl from the Imperial hunt. Check number 2. Suddenly, Asajj Ventress, a survivor, searches across the galaxy for another remaining Jedi, and this search led her to Omega, whom she advised to keep a low profile because the Empire would never leave her alone. Check number 3. The recently released 10th episode showed us a very haunting story about how the Empire keeps several younglings in the Tantus laboratory on whom they conduct experiments. And later in the same episode, another child was delivered to them, a very small one who had literally just been torn from his mother. This is a key point which we will return to a little bit later. And that's check number 4. If we compare the 4 of these plots, we will notice that they are all about the same thing: how a small group of rebels who disagree with the Empire is trying to save and hide people like them, whether they are clones or Jedi, and what a terrible fate awaits those whom they cannot help. And that is the moment when I remembered the TV series Obi-Wan, in which a character named Tala told Kenobi about a secret organization called the Hidden Path. This organization searches for Jedi survivors and helps them get a new name and start life with a clean face in order to throw off the black mark of the Empire. She also mentioned that the Empire kidnaps Force-sensitive children and then takes them to a secret place from where they do not return. And now it turned out that this very place is Tantus. This is the very moment where I recently promised to return to, and this is what the Hidden Path is fighting against. Most importantly, one of the members of the Hidden Path is Quinlan Vos himself, whose name was pronounced by Obi-Wan after seeing his message on the wall. And after all, according to the timeline of the events, the activities of this secret organization are conducted 10 years after the Revenge of the Sith, and the events of the 3rd season of The Bad Batch take place several years earlier. And that's what I want to tell you. I'm ready to voice my main idea. Don't you think that right now in The Bad Batch, we are being shown the origin of this hidden path? Remember Rex's words? He said it was useless to fight the Empire because every time the clones lose more than they gain, and now the only thing they can do is help people like them find a new life. Ventress is doing the same thing, but on the part of the Jedi. Moreover, we know that according to the book Dark Disciple, Ventress was in a loving relationship with Quinlan Vos, who is officially part of the Hidden Path organization. Perhaps every Star Wars fan dreams about the return of this character. After all, Quinlan really has not only a difficult past, but also a truly unique image and charisma, thanks to which he will perfectly fit into the main role. And it's true, because the plot of the 3rd season of The Bad Batch hints at the imminent foundation of this secret organization in almost every episode, and I can already identify several main characters for the next season. Quinlan Vos and Asajj Ventress, Undercover Officer Tail, clones Rex, Gregor and Wolf, and with them Commander Cody, Omega as Ventress's student, Senators Bail Organa and Ryo Chuchi, Ahsoka Tano and the mentor droid Huyang, as well as the former Inquisitor of the Empire Reva from the Obi-Wan show, who decided to leave the dark side behind her and most likely will also become part of the organization since Lucasfilm must do something with her, and I consider the option that I voiced is the most correct and logical. You can also fit Cal Kestis into this story somehow, but I'm sure they won't add him to any project other than games. But his teacher's involvement, Sia, is quite possible, because she said herself that she found him only because she was looking for surviving Jedi. But I would definitely put Master Cordova here too. All these characters are united by the fact that they are tired of fighting with the Empire, and now that they have suffered several defeats in a row, they can establish an organization to save people like them. And while the main rebel forces are trying to openly fight the Empire, the hidden path will be in the shadows and will help ordinary people who find themselves in a difficult situation. As for Squad 99, it is obvious that Hunter, Wrecker and Crosshair will die because they have completely exhausted themselves as characters, and the last thing left for them is to die heroically to give the end of the series a dramatic intensity. Thus, with a 50% probability, the continuation of the Bad Batch will be called Star Wars: The Hidden Path. And I think this idea is very interesting because throughout the series, the characters listed by me will find famous or new characters and save them from the Empire, and just imagine how many cool characters they can find on their way. Such an animated series can show us the era of dark times in all its glory, and personally, I would like it not to be tied to a couple of characters. Ideally, I would like to see several story arcs, each of which reveals different characters. 3 episodes for Ventress and Quinlan, 3 episodes for clones, 3 episodes for Omega, and so on. I think you follow me. We really need such a series because there are many untold stories between the 3rd and 4th episodes of Star Wars. And if the new Hidden Path project turns out to be the way I imagined it, then it's definitely a success. The main thing is that we shouldn't be told again about how Palpatine is trying to clone himself. This is too much. I want to look at a new story and not watch how Disney has been trying for 10 years to justify the stupidity of the so-called Episode 9 of Star Wars. So, as soon as the Bad Batch ends, we should wait for the announcement of a new animated series, and I'm putting it on the Hidden Path. That's my theory. I really want it to be confirmed. Write in the comments what do you think are the chances of my theory succeeding, and how do you rate it all? Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm not asking any more from you. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the new videos. Bye bye.